Hello my students, in this video we are going to learn how to build up the upper central incisor. If we look in your cast, you will find that you have defected labial surface and missing half of the crown of the upper central, as we see in the left picture. Here in the right picture, you will see that this is the finished built-up upper central incisor with the trapezoid shape and the convex surface of the labial surface with the maximum convexity found in the cervical third. And now let's see how we are going to build these two together. First of all, we are going to start rebuilding the defected labial surface. Now we are going to heat our wax with the dropper, and then we are going to add few drops of the wax, which is very hot and melting, in order to get inside the pores of the wax to be fixed in the stone of the cast. We are going to add layer by layer and give sufficient time between each layer to the wax to dry. Here we are going to restore the height of the tooth. In this part, here we are going to hold the dropper for a few seconds in the position of the desired height, because this technique will give the wax opportunity to dry in the height we want. And then we are going to repeat this step several times until we restore the desired height. Here we are adding drops of wax to restore the height and the width of the tooth. Add layers of wax to fill all the defected labial surface. And here proximally add wax to attain the trapezoid shape. Fill any gap or space between the added wax layers. Here we are giving the proper contact between the two upper central teeth. We are finishing the added wax. Here we are checking if the height of the tooth is similar to the adjacent or not. If not, we are going to add a few drops again in order to attain the final and the proper height of the tooth. And here proximally, distally and mesially, the tooth should be in proper contact with the adjacent teeth and having the trapezoid shape proper. Remove any excess wax in the labial embragures. Here the labial surface became finished. We are just finishing the surface to become convex, and make sure you are finishing in a semicircular to become convex, not straight. Remove any excess wax in the embragures and remove your wax finally with the brush. Here when we put this ruler, we are checking that both are in similar dimensions in the height and the thickness. Incisally, we are going to add few drops in order to get the sufficient thickness of the incisal ridge, similar to the adjacent central incisor. And finally, the lingual surface. We are going to add wax in the lingual surface to fill all the defected surface. Fill the wax with the defected mesial marginal ridge to be continuous with the marginal ridge of the stone. finish your surface, and finally draw the fossa. And before drawing the fossa, of course we will remove any excess wax in the lingual embragures between the two centrals. Remove any excess wax with the brush continuously. Here the incisal ridge is not the same thickness of similar to the adjacent. We are just adding a few layers to as both become similar to each other. Here the lingual embragure is making sure that it's uh, free of any excess wax. Finally, the lingual fossa is going to be drawn inside the outline of the lingual surface, leaving the mesial and the distal marginal ridges, and make sure that the cingulum is the same level as the adjacent tooth. And finally, with the spoon of the carver, we are going to remove the wax of the lingual fossa. Remove your excess wax and make sure that the lingual fossa is drawn well. And here we are removing any excess wax from the distal side. And finally, this is the shape of the rebuilded upper central incisor, which is similar in the dimensions with the adjacent upper central tooth in the height, thickness, and width.